All right, trying to bang out all my GAC recordings, with which I have been rather delinquent. News just came out on CNBC right now, which is Friday, March 13th at approximately 21:38 hours. The president has asked Republicans to vote for the House bill in order to pass it, the coronavirus House bill, which is, crazily enough, House Resolution 6201. That's a lot. That is a lot. So that's interesting. Did not expect the president to be bipartisan or nonpartisan, I guess, but my not super savvy, but somewhat politically inclined mind now says the president gets to run for re-election on this bipartisan effort while simultaneously slowing the bleeding in the economy. So he is going to look very good in having done what he has done, doing what he is doing, for better or for worse. So there's that. I watch a lot of West Wing. If you haven't watched the West Wing, whether you're red or blue, you should watch the West Wing. You learn a fucking lot about the American political system and really some of the finer things that an average person. Of course, it's a dramatized version of everything because it's meant for TV, but you genuinely do learn a lot about the American political system by watching The West Wing. It's amazing that The West Wing came out when I was in middle school into high school, like the late 90s, early 2000s, and it is still relevant today. A lot of the same issues are relevant today. So if you have Netflix, watch The West Wing. If you are a Republican, you're probably not going to like it because it is unsurprisingly very much a show about the Democrats in power, but all the same, you will learn a lot. It's honestly one of my favorite shows of all time. All right, enough of the politicking. What else can we talk about? Talked about the stock market in my other video. A lot of politics lately. All right, what can I filibuster on? Let's see. Doggies? Who doesn't love doggies? For those of you that have seen my Rosie in a couple of videos, she is a Cavapoo. It's a Cavalier Charles Spaniel mixed with mini poodle, toy poodle. She is the fucking cutest thing ever. She's very intelligent. That's probably because of the poodle in her. She's very clingy and needy, which is probably the Cavalier in her. Cavalier, Charles Spaniel, poodles, Cavapoos are the kind of dog that they get separation anxiety and they will follow you to the bathroom. The number of times I have gone to the bathroom and she has nudged open the door and made her way right where I'm trying to do my business I have lost count, genuinely. But she's really fucking cute and she's really smart. I genuinely do not understand people that don't like dogs. Even if you're allergic. I'm allergic to dogs. That's why I got Rosie. Rosie is hypoallergenic. I would not be able to have a dog if it weren't hypoallergenic. Also, if you have kids, it's just so much better to have the kids play with the dog. I don't even have kids yet, man. Horrified about having kids, but I know when we do have kids, the dog is going to occupy a lot of the kids' time and energy. In fact, and vice versa. So, no downside to having a family dog. Or if you're single, they're the best companions. Right, Rose? I snuggle with Rosie more than I snuggle with Bella. Bella's never fucking here. She works overnights in the medical field. So as long as she doesn't bring me home coronavirus, I'm happy, I guess. What else? Let's talk about other characters that we want to see in the game. I've said Pongkrell about 1.5 million times. I've said Bad Batch a number of times. So let's move on to other characters. I would like to try and stick with canon characters. So to that end, Pre Vizsla, obviously. Bo-Katan. A number of people have said Bo-Katan. Definitely want to see Bo-Katan Kryze. Any Mandalorian. Of course, Din Djarin. Even Cara Cynthia Dune. Can't wait for second season of Mandalorian to come out and we can get those fucking tunes. IG-11's going to be a good one too. Right, Rose? Yeah, I know. You like IG-11. Who else? Let's throw some names out there. Put them in the comments. Anybody that we haven't named before. Anybody? Anybody that comes to mind? I mean, there's a shit ton of prequel trilogy characters and Clone Wars characters that could still be released. I mean, we have Gar Saxon and Imperial Super Commando. There are way more impactful I mean, granted, those are from Rebels. Don't get me wrong, I'm not mixing up my timelines here. I'm just saying there are certainly far more impactful characters that are not yet in the game. Anybody else care to throw some names out there? I'm trying to rack my brain. Seeing as Wampa is a playable character, I wouldn't hate seeing Reek, Nexu, Acklay as playable characters, because let's be real, Wampa's not really, I wouldn't call Wampa a humanoid, so we're clearly not limited to humanoids. I mean, we have droids, so we're definitely not limited, and Geonosians, so we're definitely not limited to humanoids, right? Yeah, I think Reek or Nexu or Acklay would be fucking sick. Who else? They could get rid of Rose Tico and put in Paige Tico. I would be okay with that. Tali Lintra, who's from The Last Jedi. She dies pretty early on, spoiler alert, but she's really hot. A-wing pilot, like really hot. Like, go look up the actress. She's a smoke show. Do not want old fart Lando, sorry. Do not want old fart Leia. I don't really even want old fart Luke, because... Who else? You know, seeing as bounty hunters are right here in front of me, how about Zuckuss? How about 4-LOM? There are a number of other bounty hunters that are literally in the same scene as Bosk and Dengar, all of 15 seconds, that aren't in the game. Although, in fairness, Bosk is in the Clone Wars. Dengar, I don't remember if he is. I don't think he is. But yeah, Zuckuss, 4-LOM. Why not? I mean, they have about the same amount of screen time as Greedo, and Greedo's in the game. So, yeah. And Greedo dies. Zuckuss and 4-LOM, as far as we know, are still alive in canon. So, how about that? There are a lot of Jedi. There aren't enough good Jedi, though. Light side GOTB, you very easily run short on viable Jedi. So, Well, Ki-Adi-Mundi's in the game now, finally. Just almost no one has unlocked him. Adigalia. Yaddle. Yaddle for the literal 3 seconds that she's on screen. Yeah, there are still a fair few characters that could be put into this game that, if done properly, could be rather impactful. I'm going to go with this weird Bastila team. Already I'm thinking about it might not be enough DPS. Because the only DPS I have in there is Ezra. Oh my god, and I forgot about all those passives. It should be fine. There's not really a lot of DPS on either of these teams. I'm still here. Are you still there? Who else can we bring into the game? I don't want Mitra Sutric from KOTOR 2. Not really keen on that character so much. For the life of me, I can't really think of anybody. I don't want any of the characters from the video games, like Force Unleashed. I don't really want Starkiller. I'm gonna literally pull out my Star Wars Encyclopedia coffee table book. Yep, I'm that much of a nerd. And let's flip through it. Let's see who we can get. I mean, you could get like Phineas Piet, Admiral Piet. I'd be good with that. Admiral Ozzel. Let's flip through here. What do we think? I don't care about the geography. Don't care about geography. Don't care about nature. Alright, let's see. Well, these are... Oh, man. Rift Tamsin. Rift Tamsin, who is the Carcharodon, which is the scientific name for great white shark, or at least part of it. Carcharodon carcharius. Don't ask me how I know that. I watch Jaws a lot. So yeah, if you haven't seen Rift Tamsin in the Clone Wars, he's in there. It's actually a pretty fucking badass character. He literally just eats Mon Cal alive, which I'm okay with. It's pretty badass. Let's flip over. Who's next? Oh man, Hondo Onaka. How do we not have Hondo in the fucking game? God, what an oversight. Need Hondo in there. There are a lot of other Jedi in the Clone Wars series, but most are unimpressive. I really want... So, if you've watched, or not watched, if you've played Shadows of the Empire, Shizor, that'd be a fucking badass character, even though technically that's not canon anymore. Even if it just get a Faline in here. Alright, let's skip to the next. Nobody cares. There's a whole section on the Senate. Like, who even gives a fuck about that? Jedi Council. Oh, Evan Peel. Evan Peel. That's the only one I really care about there. Quinlan Voss. That could be a good one. Yeah, I don't give a shit about the rest of these people. Nope, don't care about them. Don't care about them. Oh, Saw Gerrera! Dude, how do we not have a fucking Saw Gerrera character? Whether it's young Saw, middle-aged Saw, or crazy PTSD Saw. Give me any of the Saw Gerreras, fuck. Cam Syndulla, Harris Syndulla's father, that'd be a good one. Agent Callus, duh. I don't care if it's light side or dark side. Agent Callus would be great. I guess you could throw in any of the Inquisitors, even though Rebels is over now. Moff Jerjerrod, that could be one. Don't really care about any of those people. I don't know. I feel like that's a good number of people that we've put out there, right? Anybody else that's canon, post in the comments. Let's see if we can start a movement. If Bernie Sanders can get a quarter of the country to support him, I mean, surely we can get. Oh, by the way, I lost that. This fleet battle. If Bernie Sanders can get a quarter of the country to support him, surely we can at least ruffle a few feathers and try and get some of these characters into the game. Yeah, I really don't care about this having lost that fleet battle, quite honestly, because I just need to clear to win on this one too. Yeah, so those are all a good start. Pipe up. Who did I forget? I know I forgot something or some people. So. I will be filming all of my Galactic Legendary, completed battles. I don't know how many attempts they're all going to take, so I don't want to end up posting a 2-hour or 10-hour long video of all my failures. I will post my Galactic Legendary battles that end up being successful. I will, of course, show mods, relics, etc., even though the relics are more or less going to be uniform because requirements. So yes, I will of course do my very best to not only complete it myself, but to help anyone that is in a position of hopefully being able to complete it as well. I really do think that they're going to be very, very, very exclusive, more so than GAS when he first came out. All right, final score, 81.